Today we're doing another multi-light comparison, and this one features 7 of the most popular 3-inch light pods on the market right now. We're comparing the Nacho Off-Road's Quatro Supreme 80, Baja Design's Squadron Pro, Diode SS3 Max with the new 2.0 combo driving pattern, Morimoto 4-banger HXB combo, Auxbeam Color Play series, TYRI Off-Road's 3-inch pod model number 1010, and the KC Hilites Flex Era 3. And yes, they're all in combo beam patterns, because you guys told me that's the pattern you actually care about, so let's see how they really stack up. As always, I'll measure the output of each light around 20 feet away from the garage door, and you can clearly see the beam pattern differences. Then we'll check the current draw in amps. After that, I'll take all of them out into the field so you can see the real-world differences in output and beam pattern. And to wrap it up, I'll give you a driver's point of view, so you know exactly what these lights look like from behind the wheel. And later in the video, I'll also show you my friend Kai from Tinker's Adventure giving his raw reaction during a blind test of all 7 lights across 3 different use cases. Alright, let's start with the lux measurement. All lights are aimed at the exact same height on the garage door, and each light is positioned the same distance away. Camera settings are completely locked for consistency, so what you're seeing here is a true demo of raw intensity and beam shape. This gives a clean and controlled way to see how each light actually performs before we take them out onto the field. The output of the Nacho Quatro Supreme 80 in combo beam patterns measured at 4000 lux at 5400 Kelvin. And the current draw is measured at 6.8 amps. The spot-only mode of the same light is measured at 5500 lux at 5600 Kelvin, and the flood-only mode is measured at 611 lux at 5700 Kelvin. Both of the standalone spot or flood mode draws about the same power as the combo at around 6.9 amps. The output of the Baja Design Squadron Pro is measured at 1300 lux at around 5300 Kelvin, and the current is measured at around 3.4 amps. The output of the Diode SS3 Max is measured at 511 lux at around 5300 Kelvin, and the amp draw is measured at 3.17 amps. The output of the Morimoto 4-banger HXB is measured at 2700 lux at 5500 Kelvin, the current draw is measured at 3.6 amps. The output of the Auxbeam Color Play series is measured at 1400 lux at around 5300 Kelvin, and the amp draw is measured at 3.15 amps. The output of TYRI Off-Road is measured at 540 lux with color temperature around 5200 Kelvin, and the current draw is measured at 4.06 amps. KC Hilites Flex Era 3 is measured at 708 lux with color temperature around 5100 Kelvin. The current draw is measured at 3.31 amps. Here I compiled all the beam patterns on the garage door in one screen for you to see the beam pattern difference yourself. Right off the bat, you can see the Nacho Supreme 80 has the widest beam pattern. See how the nook area of my house being illuminated? None of the other ones was able to illuminate that part of the house that much. In terms of the color temperature, KC Hilites Flex Era 3 has the warmest color temperature of them all, which means a very pleasant experience when using the light at night. Out of the 7 lights, Baja Design's Auxbeam and KC Hilites features the traditional combo beam pattern style, having the clear spot lens plus the fluted wide-angle lens. And these 3 lights all have their conventional reflector type of optics. Morimoto's 4-banger uses TYRI optics. Their combo beam pattern emphasizes distance and sharper cutoff. As you see here, it's not very wide on the garage door, however at distance it's a very focused light beam with a much wider spread compared to a spot beam, thanks to those wings on the side of the main beam. Both Diode and TYRI Off-Road brings a different philosophy to the driving combo beam pattern. Instead of a pronounced hotspot in the center, they focus on an extremely uniform and smooth light output across the entire beam pattern. This approach can result in low peak intensity measured on a lux meter, but it delivers a very comfortable illumination, especially during longer night drives. By contrast, a more defined hotspot can sometimes skew how your eyes perceive the surrounding less intense peripheral areas. This same design philosophy is reflected in Nacho Offroad's ability to configure the pod for spot-only or flood-only output at full power, that is, allowing the user to select the beam pattern that best matches the application using a single light. Now let's come to the field. The lights being turned on are labeled on the top right corner of the screen. The tree line to the end of the field is around 400 yards away. Here is how I measured it. I used the off-road mapping app called Auxbeam. In this app, I just simply zoom into the testing area. In the toolbar, there is a measuring distance option. I click on that, and then I click on my starting point, and then ending point at the tree lines down the trail, and it's giving you the distance 409 yards in the straight line. This is one of the most accurate way I could find measuring something on the map. They also have a very user-friendly app you can download from your App Store. It gives you detailed trail maps over 650,000 miles of off-road trails, rated by difficulties, open-close status, and vehicle type. You can also download the maps for offline use, so even when there's zero service, which is basically every good camping spot, you still know exactly where you are. It shows public and private land boundaries, so you can explore confidently without worrying about trespassing. If you want to check out Onyx Off-Road, please use my link in the description below for a free trial or a 20% discount on your membership. It really makes exploring a lot easier and it helps support the channel. Alright, now let's get back to the comparison. The distance away from the vehicle is labeled on the left side of the screen. As you see, the tree lines at the far end is about 400 yards away, and the goals in front of the tree line are about 250 yards away. That ledge right in front of the vehicle is around 60 yards away, and the center field is about 100 yards away from the vehicle. Lastly, pay attention to the post illumination for the beam width. What you're seeing right now is the Nacho Quatro Supreme 80. Being the most powerful light at around 80 watts per light, Nacho is able to project the light far away to the 400 yard tree line while maintaining that very wide close proximity beam width. Now we're looking at Baja Design Squadron Pro. At around half the power of Nacho Off-Road Supreme 80, Baja Design Squadron Pro barely reaches the 400 yard tree line while still maintaining a pretty good spread close proximity. Now we're looking at the Dow Dynamics SS3 Max in Combo 2.0 beam pattern. As mentioned earlier, the design philosophy behind Dow Dynamics' new Combo 2.0 beam pattern places a strong emphasis on beam uniformity. Because of that, it doesn't rely on a dedicated hotspot for maximum reach. You can see here that it reaches out to roughly 250 yards at the goal. However, from 100 to 250 yards, the beam is noticeably wider and more evenly distributed compared to Baja Designs, as pointed out on the screen right now. Now this is the TYRI Off-Road 1010 light pod. Like the Dow Dynamics, it focuses on a smooth and even beam with a very round pattern. The main difference is that the beam is taller than Dow Dynamics, which creates a brighter hotspot right in front of the truck and pushes more light upwards. Now we have the Morimoto Full-Banger HXB. This combo beam pattern clearly prioritizes mid to far range reach, with more usable spread downrange than in the immediate foreground. The Auxbeam's Color Play series tones down the forward bias pattern we saw with the Morimoto. With a more traditional projector design, it offers a nice balance between distance and close-up coverage. Similar to Auxbeam and Baja Designs, the KC Hilites Flex Era 3 also uses the traditional reflector optics. It runs a slightly warmer color temperature compared to all other competitors in this group. One key difference is the optics layout. The spot optic is positioned on the bottom with the wider beam on top. When the white beam is aimed correctly for mid-field coverage, this layout slightly compromises the maximum downrange reach. I'll cycle through the lights back to back to provide a direct side-by-side comparison of their beam pattern differences. Here is the same cycle from a different angle.
High beam, low beam, fog light only. Alright, so now it's Nacho Quattro Supreme 80. Baja Design Squadron Pro. Diode Dynamics New Combo 2.0. Morimoto 4-banger HXB combo. Auxbeam Color Play Series, TYRI Off-Road, KC Flex Era 3.
The Nacho Supreme 80 is priced at $650 a pair and offers a limited lifetime warranty. Baja Design Squadron Pro is priced at $430 a pair, also with limited lifetime warranty. The Diode Dynamics SS3 Max is priced at $600 a pair, and it also offers limited lifetime warranty. Morimoto 4-banger HXB is priced at $598 a pair. Just like the first three, it also has a limited lifetime warranty. Auxbeam Color Play Series is priced at $169 a pair and offers a 2-year manufacturer warranty. TYRI Off-Road's 1010 pods is priced at $546 a pair and offers a lifetime warranty. KC Hilites Flex Era 3 is priced at $500 a pair and it has an unlimited lifetime warranty. I was surprised when I see the word unlimited, so I went in and dug a little deeper. Even being unlimited lifetime warranty, there are still some exclusions apply, such as loss or theft, deliberate or cosmetic damage that does not affect performance, misuse, neglect, or improper installation, extreme conditions beyond reasonable use, etc. So basically just like every other limited lifetime warranty, just a game of words. And you still have to register the products within 60 days of being purchased. Here's the data I measured for all the lights. I measured peak lux and current draw in amps, then calculated the power draw in watts, and added two comparison metrics, lux per amp and lux per dollar. Lux per amp helps normalize light output relative to the current draw, while lux per dollar shows which light delivers the most value for the money. And as a reminder, while these numbers are useful, lux isn't everything, which is why we'll always pair this data with real-world and driver point of view testing. Here is a bar graph of lux per amp. As you see, the Morimoto has the highest lux per amp, following by Nacho Supreme 80, and then the Auxbeam. Here's a graph of lux per dollar. Auxbeam still offers the best bang for your buck. Nacho Supreme 80 comes in second, following by the Morimoto 4-banger HXB. Lux is helpful, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Some lights with lower peak lux are actually more comfortable to drive with. And for that reason, I invited my buddy Kai from Tinker's Adventure to join me for a night ride. We took these lights out on some back roads, and I had him blindly tell me which one he preferred the most, without knowing which light was which.
Alright, we have Kai here with us today, doing a blind test of his impression on the lights.
Okay, 7 lights.
Yep.
Imagine I'm driving in back roads, and I'll pick the one I like the most. All right, number 1's pretty good. 2, all right, definitely number 1's still better. All right, so current winner is number 1. All right, right now it's number 3. Yeah, 4 is darker on the side and in the middle, but probably a little brighter in between. 5. I think 1 is just better everywhere. Oh, wait. 5, 1, Low beam with 5. Low beam with 1. 5. Yeah, 5 is taller.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe 5 is the number 2. All right, let's see. 6. This is like so close. 6, 5, 6. Oh, 6 is even taller. So 6 with low beam. 6 off, 6. Because 1 is definitely brighter in the middle.
Right.
But if I want the center to be brighter, I'll just turn on the high beam. Right, with high beam on, the center spot of 1 like doesn't really add much. You just make the already very bright spot even brighter.
Yep.
That doesn't help anymore. But if with high beam plus 6, like I have more range, like more field of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, so realistically, if I need the center to be brighter, I'll have my high beam on. I should always compare with high beam on, I think, for this, not low beam. Yeah, I think I'll prefer 6. 6 is, it's tall, it's like wider, both left and right and up and down.
Yeah.
7, 7, 6, 7, 6. Man, these two are very similar. 7, 6. Okay, I think in this situation, I like 6 the most.
Okay.
Given that I will always have my high beam on. Let me see number 1 again. Yeah, 1 just make the already bright spot.
1 is like a headlight replacement.
Right.
With high beam function.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the high beam. It just make the bright spot brighter. It doesn't add much more. Yeah. All right, number 6.
Okay. Ready to go to the next spot?
Yeah. Okay, so if I imagine I am driving wide open, I just want as bright as possible. So I'll turn on my high beam first, and I turn on number 1. Ooh. Nice. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 is just foreground. Number 1 is kind of far. Number 2. All right, so far I actually like number 2 more than 1. Man, it definitely changed a lot, like depending on
depending on your use case.
Yeah, the situation. All right, so number 2 I like most. 3, 2. Yeah, definitely 2. I think 3 looks very similar to 2, just darker. So number 2 is better. 4. Okay. 2, 4. So 4 has more reach in the middle.
Right.
But 2 is more even closer. I think I like 2 more because realistically, so these are smaller lights. I'll put it in the corner pockets of the bumper, and in the middle, I probably will have a bigger lights. That is like LP9 or a bigger bar. That is for the reach. So I will prefer the corner ones to have more foreground and more spread. So 2 is still my favorite. 5, 2. Yeah, I think still like 2 better because of the spread. All right, 6. Oh, okay. 6. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can pick it up from the camera, but it definitely looked like more washed out. Yeah, the 6 is not great now. It's not great anymore. All right, number 7. Yeah, 7 and 6. 7 is just a dimmer version of 6. So yeah, so in this case, I like 2.
You want to see it with the headlight off? Just turn it.
Yeah. So headlight off. This is 2, 6, 2, 1. If I have no headlights, this is my sole light source, I'll probably go with number 1. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not good. 4. It's not bad. 1, 4. You know what? I'm actually, if this is my only light, I think 4 is better than 1 because 1 is, the middle is really, really bright. I don't need it. I need a little more area. So 4, 5. Oh, wait a minute. 4, 5. It changed a lot based on what other lights you realistically have in the surrounding. So this is a paved back roads. So a little more open, but still have trees. Realistically, I will turn on my high beam first. Then, if I need more, number 1. Yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. It just make the road really bright.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. 2. Yeah, well, I can see a little more surrounding. 3. Yeah, 3 is just a dimmer version of 2. 4. Oh. 4. 4 feels more pleasant. It feels like I have a better high beam here. 5, 4. You know what? The 5 feels like 4 plus 2 combined a little bit. So I can see there's more road than 2.
What is it now? 5?
Yeah, the 5. There's more road than 2, but more trees
wider,
than 4.
Yeah, wider than 4.
Shit. All right, my 5 is my favorite so far. 6. Okay, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Actually, 6 is better. 6 is just a better version of 5. 7, 6. Yeah, 7 is just a dimmer version of 6. Yeah, I think in this situation I like 6 better. Only light source. 1. Okay. Pretty usable. 2. It's also pretty usable. 3. Oh, this is pretty good. 4, 5. This is 6. Yeah, 6 definitely adds complement the light. High beam much better. Let's review outside.
Okay. It is by order.
So this is 1.
Yep.
Makes sense. It's like very spotty. 2 is Baja design.
Yep.
I like it in the open field.
Yep.
What? I thought this guy should be like pretty dim. Right?
Well.
So. And I said 3 is just a weaker version of 2, right?
Yep.
All right. So 4. Did I like 4 in any? No.
It's very tight. Remember?
Okay.
It's like a high beam.
All right. 5. 6 is this guy?
Yep.
What the
Yep.
What? It doesn't look like a off-road overland product.
Well, they are coming from heavy machinery industry too.
Yeah.
But you
Whoa.
like 6 for 1 and 3 scenario.
And I said 7 is the weaker version of 6? Did I
right.
say that?
Yep. Yep.
No, what? What the hell? Oh, man. But this guy looks the fanciest. Man, Baja Design's doing pretty good.
Just a couple days after I finished filming, we actually had a blizzard roll through the area. So I took the opportunity to show you what these lights look like in heavy snow, because that's a real world condition a lot of us end up driving in. Here's a Nacho Quatro Supreme 80. And now is the Baja Design Squadron Pro. Now we're seeing the Dow Dynamics SS3 Max. And Morimoto 4-banger HXB. Auxbeam Color Play Series. TYRI Offroad 1010 Light Pot. We got KC Highlight Flex Era 3. Now is the Morimoto XB Evo's low and high beam, and the Morimoto 4-banger HXB fog light.
Whew, finally. Get some shots. Alright, so in the middle, again, I'm in the middle of the blizzard, right? As you see here, just trying to demonstrate you all the lights in the blizzard from the driver's perspective. Right now we have the low beam. Excuse the windshield wiper. I had to keep that going to keep the windshield clean for your camera. Alright, this is low beam without fog light. That's high beam, very blinding to the driver's eye, right? Low beam, very good. And we got the fog light, no blinding at all. Okay, so now let's turn the fog light out. Here is the Nacho. I'll show you what the Nacho looks like. Turn it around a little bit. Show you the width. Nacho off-road. Baja design, Squadron Pro. Diode Dynamics SS3 Max. Morimoto HXB 4-banger. Auxbeam Color Play Series. TYRI Offroad 1010. KC Highlight Flex Arrow 3. As you can see, all the light pots, they're not perfect in this kind of scenario because they're combo beam pattern, right? So in nature, they're gonna have a lot of spread, which in the inclement weather condition, it doesn't help. However, most of the people getting these white light for, you know, off-road in a okay condition in clear weather. For inclement weather, that's where the fog light is coming into play. Yeah, look, fog light is going to be a lot better in this condition. We have low beam, high beam, low beam back. All right, now we have Nacho Supreme 80, Baja Design Squadron Pro, Diode Dynamics SS3 Max, Morimoto 4-banger HXB, Auxbeam Color Play Series, TYRI Offroad 1010, KC Highlight Flex Arrow 3. Alright, turning back the low beam and my fog light. Much more suitable for this kind of condition.
Alright, to summarize, the Nacho Quatro Supreme 80 stands out for its flexibility. Being able to run spot only or flood only at full power gives you the option to tailor the beam pattern to your specific use case with a single pod. If you want modularity and freedom to tune your setup rather than being locked into one combo pattern, this is a strong option. Baja Design Squadron Pro delivers a more traditional combo beam pattern with a defined hotspot and solid near-field spread. If you're looking for a well-balanced traditional combo beam pattern with a top-notch warranty service, this light does exactly that. Diode Dynamics SS3 Max takes a different approach by prioritizing beam uniformity over peak intensity. Instead of strong hotspot, you get a wide, smooth spread that's very comfortable from the driver's seat. While the peak lux numbers are lower, the usable light in the midfield is excellent. The Morimoto 4-banger HXB is clearly tuned for mid to far range visibility, with more emphasis on downrange spread than near-field illumination. It delivers a strong forward performance and good reach. If you need a combo beam pattern that leans more towards distance than foreground fill, this one makes sense. The Auxbeam Color Play series strikes a nice balance between reach and close proximity coverage. Using a more conventional reflector optics, it's a very good middle ground option that performs well across a variety of conditions. Oh, and it's got the best value of the 7 lights here. The TYRI Off-Road's 1010 light pot focuses on smooth, uniform output with a taller beam pattern that creates a brighter foreground and more upward light, which can feel very comfortable in certain driving scenarios. It's less about long-range punch and more about consistent, usable illumination, and it's got the biggest heatsink out of the 7 lights here. Coming from a background of heavy machinery lighting, you don't need to actually move the vehicle to dissipate the heat. Lastly but not the least, KC Hilites Flex Era 3 uses a traditional reflector optics with a slightly warmer color temperature than the rest of the group. Its optics layout places the spot on the bottom and the white beam on top, which could affect how it balances reach versus midfield coverage. It offers a distant beam character that some drivers may prefer, especially with a warmer output. At the end of the day, there's no single best light here. It really comes down to how and where you drive. The numbers matter, but as you've seen throughout this video, Lux isn't everything. Beam pattern, comfort, and usability play just as big of a role as raw output. Let me know in the comments which beam pattern you prefer, hotspot heavy or smooth and uniform, and what kind of driving you're doing most often. Lastly, thank you guys for watching, have a good one.